Hey guys, it's Cred. Welcome back to my channel. Sorry I haven't uploaded a video in a while. I had to take a short break. I've been working on some cool Halloween stuff, which I know is so early to be working on Halloween videos, but hopefully it'll pay off once you see what I've been working on. Today I'm back with another wig styling video, which I know you guys love to watch, and it's going to be on the style that you saw in the thumbnail. This hair was graciously given to us by mywigsandweave.com, so shout out to them. This is what the hair looks like straight out of the bag. I literally just got it in the mail this morning. I'll put all of the details on this wig down in the description if you care to see, but as you can see, it's kind of like this caramel brown color that fades into this platinum blonde. This is the inside of the cap, and there's a lot more lace in here than I'm used to, so you have a lot of parting space. There's even built-in baby hairs in this and bleached knots, so I can tell this wig is really made for girls who want to look really natural with their wigs and wear it day to day. Which, I mean, I guess that explains why it's not as full as I'm used to. It's only 100% density, so it's not that much hair. But in this video, I'm going to show you guys how to transform it and tease it up so it goes from this to this. The first thing I'm going to do with this hair, I think, is actually I'm going to give it a bit of a haircut. It's a little bit too long for the style that I want to do, and I'm not really crazy about how this blonde starts like almost in the middle of the head. I want to keep it more closer to the ends. So I'm going to take all of this hair. And if you're a hairstylist, maybe look away for a couple of seconds because you're going to hate me for this. I already get so many hate comments. You're not doing that right. You're hurting the wig. I don't care. I'm going to chop this hair off a couple of inches away from the end. Just like that. You can keep the hair you cut off, maybe save it, donate it to cancer. This is just plastic, so I'm gonna throw it away. See, I think this is much cuter. So this hair is a little bit too straight, especially up here for what I want to do with it. I want to do a kind of like 60s Lana Del Rey kind of big pageant hair. A lot of references in one. So I want to curl it a little bit, but I don't want to use small rollers like this, since these would give too tight and small of a curl. So I went to Sally's and picked up these larger rollers. They look like this. As you can see, they're made out of like a hard plastic, which I'm not really used to, but they do have holes in them that I can stick the pins in, so we're gonna see how it works. I'm taking my first section right in the middle of the hairline, and then I'm gonna brush it to make sure that the section is nice and clean. And then for the roller, I'm gonna put it like this so that the hair is going back away from the head. So that's the first section done. Then taking the next section right beside it. So these are the first 3 rollers, and then I'm gonna do another row right behind them, again with the hair going away from the face. This is a finished roller set, you guys. I ran out of rollers. I only bought a pack of 12, so as I got near the end, I kind of just threw the hair into this Quasimodo looking mess at the back, but the front is really what matters. Also, you can see since this hair has baby hairs, some of the hairs didn't make it into curlers, but I can just take care of these by adding hairspray to swoop them up if I want. Anyway, now I'm going to take my steamer and steam this all in place, and I'll be right back. I'm putting a bag over this hair and then steaming it underneath that so that it really takes the steam and the steam is just trapped around the head. This is some high quality plastic. You can use your hot tools on it because it is heat resistant. The thing is, the curling iron that I own is for like my little Zach and Cody's mom inspired hairstyle. It's not nearly as big as these rollers, so this is the method that I'm using here. But if you have a large curling iron that gives you big curls, then you can just use that. I'm gonna let these curls dry and set and cool down now, and I'll be back in a bit. Alright, it's been about an hour or two. I took the bag off earlier, like about 30 minutes in, because I didn't want this hair to be dripping wet from the bag. So it's dry and cooled down now, so I'm going to take out all of these rollers. So this is what the hair looks like now after brushing those curls out. Doesn't look that different, to be honest, from how it started out in the beginning, but now there's a little bit more of a defined curl going on. And now we're going to tease it and add some product to make it nice and big and poofy. So I'm going to start by moving my stand a little bit down so I'm closer to the roots, since that's really the only part that I like to tease. Starting at the front, I've got this new teasing brush just from Sally's. What is this called? I'm going to take a section, maybe this big in size. You don't want to take too big of a section because the smaller it is, the stronger the tease will be. And I'm just going to backcomb it. And to give the hair a little bit more height, what I like to do is I give it a little spray. This is from Beyond the Zone. It's their Power Lift Teasing Spray. You can use a hairspray or like a dry shampoo. I even heard that works. I just spray it into the hair, and then I just backcomb like that. Taking the next section, and I always like to brush out the ends a little bit so that they're not kind of all ratted up. And then just give it a little spray, and then just back home. Alright, so this is what I've done so far. All I've done is tease the hair from ear to ear with just a couple inches away from the hairline. And now I'm going to move on to the next row and tease right behind them the exact same way. Alright, so I'm done the teasing, and I know at first glance the hair just looks crazy, but I've really done it in a sort of strategic way. As you can see, the hair on the top is kind of just a big cloud of hair because this is going to act as like the cushion of hair that's underneath the top. And if you look closely, the ends of the hair still look nice and luxurious and expensive because I only teased up the roots. If you tease all the way to the ends, you're going to take off a lot of length. So I'm going to smooth it out now, and I'm still going to continue using this exact same brush. If I find out what kind of brush this is, I'll like leave it in the description, but all I'm gonna do is just smooth over the hair like that, so that you smooth over the outer layer of teasing, but you still preserve the big cushion of hair that's underneath. So I've smoothed out most of the hair. Not all of it, it still looks pretty rough around the edges since I'm not done with it, but now that you've smoothed out a lot of the teasing is when you go in with the styling part, which is just kind of moving the hair around, putting it in where you want it to be. So I'm going to take most of this hair that's around like my forehead, smoothing out the rest that didn't make it. And I want to have this kind of big poof in the front section here. And the reason why is because I'm going to be wearing a crown with this hair, so I want this top section to be really big and nicely in your face like that. So I'm taking this in my hands and I'm kind of gonna wrap it in on itself, and then you're just gonna pin it in place. And then on the sides, I want this hair to be kind of going out like that so that it doesn't look too like vertical like that. So I'm gonna do a little bit more teasing on these side sections. This top section is all nice and pretty, but the sides and back are kind of meh. So I want to add a more exaggerated curl shape to here. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take this hair and I kind of want to create a little trough because this hair is going out. So I want the section right below it to go in. So I'm taking my brush and I'm kind of going both in and also towards me. And with the hair just like that, I'm going to douse it in hairspray and then blast it with some low heat on my hairdryer. The section right below it, I'm pushing a little bit upwards and also to that side, just like in my finger wave tutorial. And then you're gonna blast it with more hairspray and then some heat. So dry the hairspray with the low heat and then cool it down to lock it in place with the cold air. And then when you take that brush out, you see you have a curl just like that. Hold these curls in place with some clips, and as you can see, that gives us a really pretty curl pattern all the way from top to bottom. Now I'm just going to continue this all the way around the wig, making sure to line them up with these three so that it looks really uniform. So this is a finished wig. The last touch that I'm going to add is this crown that I got off of Amazon. And then I'm just going to clip it in with some bobby pins since it doesn't come with combs. Alright you guys, this is the finished hair. It didn't really turn out exactly the way I wanted it to. I envisioned it to be a little bit more like sleek and like 60s, but my hair never turns out the way I want it to. I'm still really happy with the way it turned out. Thanks again to mywigsandweaves.com for sending me this wig to style for you guys. I'll leave the link to where you can find this exact hair down in the description for you to check out. If you're not already subscribed to this channel, make sure you do that so you can watch more wig tutorials. Also, you're gonna have to stay tuned for part 2 of this video where I do the makeup tutorial inspired by the theme of Prom Queen with a little bit of a twist at the end, but you're gonna have to stay tuned for that. I can't wait to read what you guys say in the comments, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!